Welcome and thank you for joining this free webinar where I'm going to be telling you all about how you can become a breakup and divorce coach practitioner and how that can work for you. Now, maybe you're thinking about becoming a coach. Maybe you've been through a really tough breakup and you want to use that experience to help other people. Maybe you've been through so much and you've got so much personal experience to share that you're thinking maybe this could be a way to turn around something that was really traumatic for you and to start helping other people. Now, I know that's what I did. And maybe you already have a coaching business. Maybe it's something you've done before, or maybe you have an existing business and this could be an extra revenue stream for you. So I'm going to be answering all sorts of questions about how this program, my accreditation program to become a breakup and divorce coach practitioner, can work for you. What does it entail? How does it work? How much time does it take? And do you have what it takes? And how can this take your business to the next level? So if this is something you've been thinking about, something maybe you're passionate about, maybe you're the kind of person that your friends come to and ask you for help and advice on things. So if that sounds familiar to you, or maybe you're stuck, maybe you want to do something else with your life, maybe it's time for a new direction. So I'm going to give you as much as I possibly can in this webinar. So please make sure before I get stuck in that it's quiet, you've got some time to put aside where you won't be interrupted. You might want a pen and a notebook maybe just to take some notes, because I will be giving you some advice. So if you are thinking about becoming a coach or you're struggling to grow your existing business, then actually I'm going to give you some tips and techniques today in this webinar so that you can take those away and start to see the impact of those straight away. Okay. So if you're ready and it's quiet and you've got a notebook and pen, then let's get started. Okay, so I have put together this program because I'm best known actually as the divorce coach. So I have a global coaching business. So that means I've got clients around the world who I coach. Either they come to me, to my clinic, or online video coaching. So a bit like this really. So they sit there live with me and we go through what's going on with them and I help them on a video call. So I also have 2 best-selling books up there behind me. I've got Uncoupling and also The Split, which came out in America this year, and they're both bestsellers. I also write for the media. I have a column. I also am regularly featured as an expert on breakup and divorce in the media. I run retreats, which have also been in the media a lot. Tatler has named me as one of their high net worth divorce guide experts as well. So I have created a global coaching brand. Now, for years, people have been asking me, Sarah, can you help share your secrets? You know, I'm an NLP master practitioner. I trained about 18, 19 years ago. I also have been living and involved in working in the self-help personal development industry for over 25 years. So I've had the honour to work with people like Paul McKenna, Richard Bandler. I trained with them as well. I also have worked and trained with Tony Robbins, who is, some of you may know, the #1 motivational speaker in the world, or coach in the world. He's American. And lots of people. So I've spent nearly 25 years now training, learning. I've been on every seminar going. I've read all the books, as you can see, some of them are behind me. I've spent hours and hours, days, weeks, years immersed in what makes a good coach. And when I went through my own divorce and that hit me like a freight train, I realised that there was no specific help for people going through breakup. So that's when I specialised and became the divorce coach. So people have been asking me, Sarah, how do you create a coaching business? How do you take your personal life experience? You know, and there's something quite special about taking something that's been very traumatic for you. So I do ask and really recommend when people say, are there any prerequisites for your program? No, there aren't. But you know, if you haven't coached before, that's not a problem. I'm going to show you and tell you a bit later about how I help you learn all the techniques that you need to know to get your confidence in those areas. But the most important thing is that you have your own personal experience to draw on. So if you have been through a difficult breakup, this is the key for turning that around. And instead of it being something that was just traumatic and negative and difficult and challenging for you, it's a way of flipping that, which is one of my techniques actually, into something that's really positive and can help other people. Now, when I talk about what I do, as you can see, I'm very passionate about it because I love it. And you do need some passion. You need some passion about helping people because that's what we do. But also having your own personal experience to draw on and being able to turn that into something that's super positive and helping other people is actually a really empowering side to what we do, to our work as well. So I've created the divorce coaching community and we're growing it. I have my own community with all my coaches in training and all the people I've trained. So we've got that community going to give each other support and help and advice and share ideas and bounce ideas off each other too. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about how you also can tap into getting that support, because setting up a business or growing your business, if it's your own, whilst that is awesome to have your own business and work that around your lifestyle and what you need. Maybe you've got another job at the moment, maybe you've got kids, maybe you've got other responsibilities. Well, this program will help fit into that and create another income stream for you. So it is a really easy thing to tap into just to grow where you're going and to add to your future. So in itself, doing the program is a really empowering thing for you, but the add-on and the bonus of that is it can create an extra income stream for you, and it can also help so many other people, which is ultimately the goal, to create massive positive changes and help people struggling going through a breakup right now. Now, you may know that this is a really fast-growing industry. It's a fast-growing niche in the life coaching industry, which has become super saturated. If you go and you say, I want to be a life coach, maybe you type that into Google, it will hit you that so many coaches out there. Now, this is the one mistake, the biggest mistake that I see coaches make time and time and time again, guys. It's really important that you make a note of this. The biggest mistake is that you join the life coaching industry, but you don't identify a niche. Now, I see this all the time with coaches struggling to grow their businesses, struggling to attract clients. And they say to me, Sarah, how is it that you can create a business where you attract clients, but I'm really struggling? Now, the key, one of the top keys anyway, and one of my, I think the biggest mistake for coaches is that they don't have a defined niche. And that is why becoming a breakup and divorce coach practitioner actually gives you that niche within the very saturated life coaching market. So what does that do? Well, why is it effective? It puts your head above the parapet from everybody else. This is a relatively small community which is growing fast right now. There are lots of opportunities to attract clients by being a bit different. By creating your own niche, you put your head above the parapet so people can find you. Okay? So people will then be able to find you and then they'll come in and you will be able to help them. Now, I can hear you shouting now, but doesn't that restrict me on coaching all the other areas? Maybe you want to coach people on other areas of their life, like maybe setting up a business or dating or confidence. But this is the thing. This is the thing that people miss. And I see this with coaches all the time making the same mistake. They think if they create a niche, then that will restrict them from those that are coaching in these other areas. But I can promise you this, that when you put your head above the parapet and you become a breakup and divorce coach, you will attract people in for the breakup. But actually, whilst they're going through a breakup, obviously it has a ripple effect on their whole life. So you do find that you will be coaching clients in every area, so whether that's conflict, whether that's dating. Right now I'm coaching lots of clients on how to create a second income stream, because they need to create another income stream after the divorce. Life's changed a bit. And you may be familiar with that, and that may even be your reason for looking at this right now. How do you create an extra income stream into your life? Well, I'm going to put some meat on the bones about what the program contains and how it works. Now, it is an online program, so you can do this in your own time, at your own pace. Okay, you can do it at home, you can do it in your pajamas. You don't need to be anywhere at a specific time, which is the beauty of this. And I have clients all around the world working on the program right now, and I'm going to tell you about some of the successes that some of my coaches are having a bit later on. So how do we break the program down? Well, the first part is broken into 3 parts. I've broken it into 3 parts for you. So the first part is all about you. Now, this is where we work out your coaching personality, because the idea of my program is not to create lots of coaches like me, for example. It's about working out what your strengths are. because I believe that to be a truly successful coach, you've got to play to your own strengths, okay? And you've got to understand your weaknesses and areas where you're not keen to go, so that we can build the business around you, because ultimately it's got to work for you, and you'll only reach your true potential if you're playing to your own strengths. So what this section is designed to do is to look at your strengths, the areas, maybe your expertise. For example, I've got a client at the moment that went through a bereavement recently, very sadly, as well as a breakup. So she's combining those both areas of her expertise to become a breakup and bereavement coach. So do you see how you might have other areas you want to bring in? I also have clients who have autistic children, who that puts a little different dynamic on it. So they're bringing that expertise in. So what expertise do you have? You know, I have another coach who's been divorced 3 times. So that's interesting as well. So she's got her own story about that. So what is it that you bring that is unique to you? Because remember, that will create your niche. So rather than just having your breakup and divorce coach niche, remember, we can dive deeper and have another niche kind of within the niche. I know that sounds crazy, but this is where you start to really understand how to blow the doors off your business and start to grow it, but also making it comfortable for you and igniting that passion inside, because it's something that you've been through, you've experienced, you've got your own set of skills and survival techniques from your own life experience with it, and to combine those with the techniques and strategies I give you in the program, boom, you are out there ready to go and to make massive positive transformations for your clients, which is the ultimate goal, right? So part 1 is about working out what your coaching personality is. So some of you might be outgoing and quite loud. I have other clients right now who are quite shy and more reserved. Now, does that matter? Absolutely not. In fact, clients are going to be attracted to you because of your traits. So some people will want someone who's a bit more reserved. Some people will want someone who's a bit more outgoing, but that's okay. But it's about understanding, what kind of coach do you want to be? What kind of clients do you want to attract to you? What would your ideal client be? And maybe where would you find them too? So I'm going to ask you lots of questions about what kind of coach you want to be, so we can really dig down into that. And that's going to plant the seeds as you work through the program. Now, also in part 1, all about you, we're going to be looking at how to give you the coaching skills that are going to blow the doors off for clients. Now, I've been coaching for nearly 25 years now. Yeah, a long time. And having read all the books, I've spent hours in seminars and taking notes and listening to podcasts and training with people. Now, there is a lot of noise out there, okay? But I can tell you that I am removing that noise for you, and I'm just getting down to what works to create positive transformations for clients. I'm not talking about tinkering around the edges and, oh, well, yeah, that session was okay, it made me feel a bit better. No. I'm talking about blowing the doors off and really creating those light bulb moments for clients. So what I've done is I've saved you hours and hours of time, plus thousands and thousands of pounds on training seminars, and I've just cut through to what really works as a coaching skills. So what do I mean by that? Well, I'm talking about, how to run a coaching session. I give you my 10-step coaching structure plan that I still use today. So you know what to do from the minute a client arrives into your clinic, when you open the door and say hi, to the minute the door closes and they've gone. So I take you through the 10 steps of that I still use, including what kind of questions to ask, how to reassure them, how to spot the red flags. So these are warning signs. If there's something deeper in that situation that's coming up that you might want to dig into. My favorite bit is my people reading radar technique, which is about not just seeing what's going on the surface for your clients, but being able to dig deeper and really see beyond that. Be able to see much deeper into more of their emotional state, just by body language triggers, yes, for sure, but also other little signs that I will show you how you can do, so you can read that client as they come in. And what that gives you is a stronger sense of confidence that you know that the techniques you're delivering and the way you're delivering it will have the biggest positive impact for them. So I'm really going to give you the top skills that really work. I'm going to give you everything you need to be a successful coach. So whether you've coached before or you're a complete novice, I'm going to make it easy, because I've got coaches that have been trying to run a coaching business for many, many years, but actually they get what I call the fear. And the fear is when a client turns up and you have what I call sort of the fear, which is like brain freeze. Do you know what I mean? Like when you don't know what to say, you know, and that fear of what happens if they come in and I don't know what to say. So I'm going to give you everything you need so you can't get the fear. So it's just not even possible. It's not on the radar. In fact, you're going to know before they arrive exactly what's going on and have your session planned out so that you know you can deliver massive transformation and positive emotions for them too. And so that they leave with an action plan, which is another part of the coaching that I teach. Every client must leave with an action plan. I'm going to show you how to do that too. So we've got lots and lots of coaching skill techniques that I take you through in part 1, so that you feel that you've got everything you need as a coach to be able to help that person. Now, part 2 is where I add in sort of the meat on the bones, if you like. So I'm giving you all the techniques and strategies for any breakup situation based on my experience of coaching and what shows up in my clinic and in my inbox every single day. So that'll be everything from should I stay, should I go? And these are issues that clients will turn up and they'll sit down in front of you and say, you know, what do I do? So you need to understand techniques and strategies that you can give them to make those shifts for them and to give them that hope that they're desperately craving when they come to you. So should I stay, should I go from the relationship? Dealing with betrayal, dealing with heartbreak, dealing with the loss cycle they go through, the denial maybe dealing with affairs, conflict, you're going to get that as well showing up. So I'm going to give you great strategies to cut through conflict so that they feel empowered. It's all about enabling our clients to, you know, take back their control, to get back in the driving seat. You know, I created my coaching skills and techniques that I share with you in this section because it's everything I wish I'd had access to when I went through my own really tough breakup, my divorce. So I've learned from that and I've combined my personal experience with my coaching strategies and techniques from the many, many years I've been coaching and the incredible people I've had the honor to work with or train with around the world. And that's why I'm giving you the cutting edge, the fast track, the shortcut to this is what you need, okay? So we go through everything from parenting, working with your children to support them through the breakup, dating again, confidence, self-esteem, mental health is also super important right now in society. Everyone's talking about it. So how I'm going to give you the skills so you know how you can help them when they show up. So I give you everything. And that is one of the biggest bits of feedback I get from the program is like, wow, Sarah, you give us everything. And I do. I share all my techniques and all my strategies with you because my goal is for you to become an outstanding coach. So by the time you've completed sections 1 and 2, you have that confidence that you can deliver transformations with clients because you've got the techniques and you've got the structure as well so that you know you can deliver those positive transformations to clients. So sections 1 and 2, that's what's included. And on top of that, there's a bonus section, part 3, which is how to grow a coaching business. Now with that, we're going to look at your niche. We're going to look at your branding, which again is another massive mistake that you have to avoid falling into that pitfall of not creating a strong brand. You know, I see it all the time with coaches. You need a strong brand. And if you look at my website, if you look at everything that I do, my social media, my books, my trainings, everything has a brand that runs all the way through it. Now, creating a strong brand may not seem that important at first, but I promise you it is one of the secrets to being successful with your coaching business. So I'm going to cover that in this section, part 3, as well as my tips for PR and becoming the expert in your area. So remember, once you've defined your niche, whatever that will be, whether it's women only, men only, your local area, maybe, you know, it could be anything, or you could be bringing in parts of your own experience. Maybe you want to do some other kind of coaching, business and breakup coaching. I don't know, corporate world coaching. I don't know. There's so many opportunities out there, and that's you know, I do love brainstorming with people, their niche. I love it because there's so many opportunities out there to really become unique and harness your skills to make this something that you're passionate about, so that in the morning you jump out of bed And you're like, wow, I can't wait to get started because I love my days. I can't wait to see who comes into my clinic. I can't wait to answer some of the emails that I get. And I want that for you too. So how to grow your business, my top tips and the ideas of things that you need to set up a business. So if you haven't handled that before, then there's some information in there to get you started. So this is all part of the package. So you've got part 1, which is all about you. You've got part 2, which is about the techniques and strategies, and part 3, the bonus section about how to grow your business. Now, whether you're new to this or you're an experienced coach, I've got Claire was one of the first coaches to ever do my program, and I launched it last year. And she had a coaching business, but within 4 weeks of doing my training, she'd actually implemented some of the marketing strategies, and she managed within 8 weeks to triple the number of clients she had. So this stuff really, really works. Caroline, that was Claire. This is Caroline. Caroline was new to coaching. She was a complete novice. She came along. She was very passionate. She's got her own experience as well, and she brings to the table. Now, she came along, and within 6 months of doing my program, she won Best New Business Award in her local community. I mean, wow, that's incredible. So there are so many opportunities out there right now for breakup and divorce coaches. Caroline wrote to me and she said, Sarah, thank you so much. This is the most transformational course I've ever done. It can really make a difference. And my goal is to give you everything you need so that you're ready to get out there and make a difference with your clients. It's super important to me that you really grasp what's going on. So you do need passion. And it is hard work. This is not something that you can, coaching is a skill, and if you've got a gift for it, it will be super easy for you to pick it up and to hone those skills, which is why if you're the kind of person that people come to and ask for advice, fantastic. Maybe you've got a business already where people come to you for advice. Maybe you've got some legal experience. Maybe you've got some mediation experience. Maybe you've got nothing at all. As coaches, we focus on the emotional and the practical sides of breakup and divorce. We don't go into legal, we don't go into financial, that's for other experts. So it really is focusing on giving them the emotional support and the practical techniques and ideas they can use to help them suddenly cope with being maybe a single parent overnight, for example. So those are the sort of areas we focus on. But if you've got other skills, maybe you have got some legal training, or maybe you've just been through a really tough breakup yourself, then that is what you bring to put your magic on it. So being passionate and working hard is super, super important. I mean, obviously this course is video based, so you can do it in your home at your own time. And people ask me, Sarah, how long does it take to get through the program? Which is a great question, but obviously it depends on you. I have one client who did it the fastest in 3 weeks. So she went through all the training and she finished it in 3 weeks. I've got other clients who are still working in this 8 months time. They've got other things going on and it's not so much of a priority. So what do you get with the program? I want to tell you because there's so much more. You get part 1, all about you. Part 2, which is the meat on the bones, the techniques and strategies that you've got the confidence to know that whatever shows up in your clinic, whoever walks in, that you can help them. Okay, and then part 3 is about growing your business. So you get those. Plus, when you finish those parts, you will go into the coursework section. Now, there's 3 parts of coursework that I've designed. Now, I work with you on that because you'll complete the different parts of the coursework and send it to me personally to have a look at, to mark, and then to feed back to you. If there's any areas that I think you need to improve, then I'll come back to you and ask you to either redo it or we'll talk about it. So you work with me then to get the feedback. So the coursework is in 3 parts. Part 1 is a case study. So it's an example of a breakup and a client. And then I ask you questions. So you just complete that in a Word document and email it back to me and I'll have a look at it and send it back with my feedback. Part 2, I ask you to do a live coaching session with a client going through a breakup. Preferably someone you don't know because that makes it more real. And I want to see the notes from that session. So most people don't charge for those sessions to that client. They say that they're going to do it and share the information with me, and then it comes back. And I can then give you feedback on specifically what you're doing and how you're responding to the client. And then the third part is a multiple choice quiz. Now, this is 40 questions, which covers the whole of the program to make sure that there's nothing you're missing, no areas where you might be a bit weak on, because I want to get you to the standards you need to be to pass the program. So that is the program. That's what you get: part 1, part 2, part 3, and the coursework. And I work with you to get that across the line. So at the end of this, you will feel confident, you'll know what you're doing, and you'll be able to deliver that with confidence to clients and feel good that you know that you can affect those massive changes that we want to do. Now, I've put together an amazing package for you for the program. So what is it? Well, the program normally sells at £2,497. However, I'm giving you £1,000 off because I want to make this accessible to as many people as possible and build the community. I've also got some payment options there so you can spread the payments out if that's easier for you, because I do recognise that it still is a chunk of money to spend. But this is money that you're spending to invest in you, to enable you to create a business. And I don't know many businesses that you can set up for £1,497, which is the offer at the moment with £1,000 off. So let me just tell you what you get for that, because I'm also throwing in access to the Facebook community. Now, the Facebook community is a private closed group, okay, for only people that are in training with me or have trained with me. So what we've got online are all the coaches giving ideas, suggestions. You can ask your questions and feel supported in that environment. Now, Claire and Caroline are part of it. Obviously, I'm a big part of it. Quite often I will do free business booster webinars where you get to do video calls with me as a group, so you can actually see everybody. It's like being around a table together, but obviously you've got people from around the world and all over the UK joining in. So if that's something interesting to you, you do get the support from the community. And if you do have a question, I saw one the other day about, how much did you pay to get your logo and your branding done, then you can put that question up there and people will advise you and help you as well as having me there to have a look as well. So it is a great way to feel supported and get that advice, but also that friendship, because setting up a business or running your own business, for those of you that know, can be quite isolating. So this takes that away. You've got your community there and people will respond to your questions. Super friendly bunch. We're all working with the same outcomes and really making a change in the life coaching industry, which is fantastic. Plus, as well, on top of the £1,000 discount, I'm also offering the accreditation logo. Okay, and that is really a logo that says that you are qualified as a breakup and divorce coach practitioner. You've got your accreditation. Now, as you will probably know, the coaching market in the UK isn't regulated. Now, I believe it should be, but unfortunately it's not. So why do I offer the accreditation? Because the accreditation is from me, not some higher body. Okay, so, but the reason I do it is because it's what I wish I'd had when I started out in this divorce coaching market. Because even though I had had some experience with coaching before, and I had my NLP qualifications, what I found people were asking me for, including clients, saying, well, what's your qualification in breakup and divorce coaching? Now, I didn't have one. It was my personal life experience, and it was really driven for me, as I said before, out of a need to want to use my experience to help other people, because I really felt it was lacking, and there wasn't that support. So by giving you my accreditation stamp, my logo, you can use this on your website. You can use it on your marketing materials. You can use it on your social media, wherever you want to put it, on your business cards maybe. And what it does is it gives you that instant credibility. Now, not only with clients, but also with the media. And I can tell you that media can be really funny about things like that. So for example, I've done TV shows, radio, and to be a columnist and things like that. They want to know that you've got some accreditation. It was quite hard for me to break through that first barrier, being the first person really doing what I do as a divorce coach in this specific way. So actually, by giving you this instant credibility and saying, well, I'm an accredited breakup and divorce coach practitioner from a leading expert, a leading global expert, me, that will give you that instant credibility with the media too, which when you're trying to build your business, for some of you might be absolutely crucial. So that will give you a helping hand and just the extra boost. So you also get, as well as the Facebook community, you get the accreditation logo, and you can use that, as I said, wherever you want. So I hope that's been helpful. I hope I've answered a lot of your questions, if not all of them. I'm giving you this business for £1,497 at the moment. I know that some of you will want private mentoring with me. I get asked that a lot. So what I've done is that when I have time, it will flag up on when you get to the checkout. So if you click on there and you want to join our community, which I really hope you do, because it's a fast growing niche right now in the coaching market. So there's lots of opportunities, and I would love you to be part of our community. So if that is interesting, then click on the link below. When you get through to the checkout, if you want private mentoring with me, so that would mean video calls, or even if you live close, you can come and see me, then that package is available from time to time. Not all the time, I'm sorry, because I have limited availability. But when I do have time in my diary to take clients on, and to mentor you through the program, then that will be available at the checkout, and it will pop up right at the end, and it will say coaching sessions with Sarah, and I've discounted that for you guys to 50% of my usual coaching price. So if you do want it, that's massively discounted too at the checkout if it is available. But as I said, that is limited availability, and it's only available at the checkout then and there if it pops up. So I think I've given you everything. I really hope you've enjoyed the training and taken away some real nuggets there that you can do this. You know, this is something that you can do to turn your life around as well as other people's. You know, I love this, as you might have guessed. I love doing what I do. It is an incredibly rewarding career to take. So do click on the link below to sign up, and I really look forward to working with you.